Hello, Katie Munn here with your Monday Musings. It's a beautiful Monday here in Maine, so I thought I would do my little podcast outside since it's so beautiful. So today on Monday Musings, we're going to talk about the structure of Monday Musings and the bigger, broader spectrum of creating a magical life with Katie Munn. So far I've been focusing a lot on mindfulness, the emotions, a little bit of the spiritual life. But what I'm going to start incorporating too is the physical life and our physical being, if you will. So as a clinical herbalist and nutritionist, I see a lot of clients and I see how, if they're not eating right or treating themselves right, how that really can affect actually their emotional health and their spiritual health. So incorporating the physical is super, super important. And so we're going to be discussing that a little bit more because it's something that we can all do. We can all exercise more, eat differently, treat ourselves better. So today we're going to be talking about, in particular, caffeine and the effect that caffeine has on our bodies. And this is something, caffeine's a tricky thing that I've been navigating for my entire life, my entire adult life. I'm sensitive to it. And I'm one of those type of people that I'm like, oh, well, if I don't have any caffeine after 2 p.m., if I only have one cup, there are all these like little rules and regulations that I have. And the other day I found that the realization that caffeine actually really does affect me. And it got me thinking about our culture and the amount of anxiety. When I see clients, anxiety is one of the number one complaints, and how our culture may be perpetuating our anxiety levels through our excessive caffeine consumption. If you think about it, Dunkin' Donuts, America runs on Dunkin', Starbucks, every corner there's a coffee shop. And a lot of people, they're like, yeah, I need to have, like, this is my third cup of coffee today, or this is my second cup of coffee. And we are pretty dependent on caffeine to keep ourselves going. And the other day, what I realized is I had a cold brew iced coffee. It was amazing. It was really, really good. And after I felt jazzed, I was just like, all right, this is the best day. Today's the best day ever. I'm having so much fun. I have so much energy. And I didn't really feel the anxiety effects until later that evening. And I was lying down in bed and I literally felt like Chicken Little, the sky is falling. I was like, oh, I have this thing to do. And what did that person mean when they said this? And what's going on with this? And I was just topsy-turvy, spinning. And then I took a step back and I was like, Katie Munn, what's going on with you? Because the fact of the matter, anxiety is not a normal thing. It is in the context of you have a test, you feel anxious. You're about to go on a date, you feel anxious. We have those little anxious moments where we may feel worried or our stomach might tighten up, but usually that goes away. So that's a response of the nervous system, sort of a sympathetic response, but then that goes away and we're in the parasympathetic rest and digest mode. So what happens with caffeine is it's a central nervous stimulant, and so it's stimulating the nervous system. So if you're already anxious about something, it kind of just clicks it into high gear. And so if you're stressed at work, if you're feeling anxious about a project, if you're feeling anxious about anything, and then you pour a bunch of caffeine or a central nervous stimulant on it, it's going to just ramp everything up. And then we may not even realize the anxiolytical effects or the anxiety effects till later in the day, and then we don't put two and two together. So for me, I was in my room, head spinning, like, I don't understand, like, what's going on? And then I was like, oh my God, I had like a large cold brew iced coffee today. That's what's going on. So it got me, like I said, it just got me thinking about like how many people are like medicating, quote unquote, themselves with caffeine and then having anxiety effects, not being able to sleep at night, worrying too much, feeling tightness in their chest or their stomach. And they don't even realize that it's correlated to caffeine. So what I'm doing this week is I'm not drinking any coffee. I had a half a cup of yerba mate this week. And I'm pretty motivated. I'm going to try to X out caffeine by the end of the week. We'll see. I may do some green tea, but I'm really motivated because during the time that I was like, okay, I had way too much caffeine, I still kept on drinking coffee and then like subtly notating the effects within my body just to see like, okay, how is this really affecting me? And I noticed more tightness in my body, more restlessness, so like sitting down and having to get up and not being able to calm down. When I actually laid down for the evening, just trouble letting my body go, just letting my body relax. So I'm really excited, and I hope that some of you take the challenge too. So let's say you have 4 cups of coffee a day, break it down to 2, maybe 2 cups down to 1. Or if you just have 1 cup of coffee, what would it look like to do some black tea or some yerba mate or some green tea? So cut down on your caffeine intake this week and see how it affects your overall energy levels, your anxiety levels, and just your levels of well-being. I hope you all are so beautiful and enjoying this gorgeous day. Spring has finally sprung in Maine, and I'm so excited. I'm jazzed. I love you all so, so much, and keep on living in the light. Keep on having your vibrations high, and I'll see you next week. Bye.